When speaking with your prospects, 93% of what they're picking up has nothing to do with the words you're saying. The importance of body language and tone of voice when we're talking and when we're listening has been analyzed for decades. One of the most referred to studies is the Morabian theory. In this study, Albert Morabian found that 55% of communication is tied to body language. 38% is tied to the tone of the word spoken, and only 7% to the actual words spoken. While his study was not specifically geared to public speaking or sales presentations, it's commonly agreed upon that the theory is clearly applicable in these settings as well. The bottom line is that your body language and tone of voice have a very powerful effect on how your prospects receive the information you're sharing. Top sales professionals study the meaning of body language and tone and practice implementing techniques that will encourage open dialogue and the building of trust with their prospects. Purposely mirroring or matching the body language and the tone of the person you're speaking with is known as neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. This interpersonal communication model was created by social psychology researchers Richard Bandler and John Grinder in the 1970s, and it's based on the observation of body language, speech patterns, and even breathing patterns of interpersonal interactions and how they affect the connection between people. The research shows that people feel more connected and therefore feel more comfortable in sharing information when the person listening shares these similarities. In mirroring, the listener discreetly copies the exact patterns of the speaker, and in matching, the listener copies similar patterns and may even delay their movement. It's worth emphasizing that it's important to be subtle in your actions. There is endless information available about the meaning of specific body positions and different tones in a person's voice. We've included this download of the meaning behind common body language clusters, as well as a few links to help you get started in your research. As a top sales practitioner, you'll want to study the information and practice using these techniques with your buyers and coworkers. The purpose of this session is to gain a preliminary understanding of how to utilize this information when working with prospects. As you learn more about subtly mirroring and matching your buyers, practice various neuro-linguistic patterns and leverage the power of body language, tone, and breathing patterns. As you get more comfortable with the concept, you can begin to implement these techniques out in the field in two ways. First, purposely mirror and or match your prospect's body language and tone to help them subconsciously feel more comfortable building trust with you and ultimately being more open to sharing their needs with you. As you get better at NLP techniques, you'll be able to influence your buyer's patterns to subconsciously mirror your patterns. Here's how it works. Let's say you're making a cold call by stopping by in an office unannounced and you just happen to run into the prospect as you walk in the lobby. Of course, luck favors the prepared. Now that you're face to face with your prospect, you have about 90 seconds to convince her to sit down and talk with you now, or at least schedule an appointment for a future meeting. In situations like this, it's fairly common for your prospect to feel guarded and not want to start the trust building process with you. She may stand with her arms crossed and speak abruptly as the dialogue gets started. So immediately, you would mirror that body language and her speech patterns, showing that you are also unsure with this interaction. When you do this, it actually makes her feel more comfortable because you're displaying that both of you are on the same page. After about 30 seconds of dialogue, you would start to slow your tempo and adjust your tone to sound more relaxed and trusting. Then, you uncross your arms. You may have to repeat this pattern one or two more times, each time displaying a more relaxed demeanor, then resorting back to the guarded mannerisms for shorter time frames each period. Each time you show your relaxed demeanor, you're sending signals to your prospect to also relax with you. Then, when you go back to your guarded position, you're letting her relax because you're on the same page. As you alternate between these patterns, it's very likely your prospect will begin to subconsciously mirror your body language and your speech patterns and start to let down her guard, adjusting her tone and slowing her tempo, increasing your chances of starting to build rapport and trust. While there's a whole science dedicated to the study of how body language and tone affect communication, to get you started out in the field, implement these best practices right away. Remember, what you say is not as powerful as how you say it through your body language and through your tone of voice. And as you master the art and science of NLP, not only can you help your buyers feel more comfortable with you, you'll be able to influence your buyer's body language and tone to actually copy yours. This information is so powerful. I can't wait to learn more amazing facts in the next session. I'll see you there. This information is powerful. I can't wait to learn more with you in the next session. See you there.